You've been very clear from the start when you said that you were working with your dad and then you worked in different companies, that you one day wanted to start something of your own.
Yes.
And again, when the opportunity presented itself, especially about corporate tax in the country, you thought this is the time that you need to get into. And you did. For the people who want to get into this, how does one set up business in UAE?
This is a question that comes my way almost every day. I get a lot of people asking me a similar question. But the most important thing in UAE, and I would want everybody to understand, setting up a company is one thing. Maintaining the company is another thing. It's unlike earlier where you would, choose a free zone and, you check for a, free zone with the lowest budget and, would start. But you need to understand whenever you are trying to start your business in UAE, you need to understand what is your strategy. What is your business plan? For example, I had a customer went and opened something far away in one of the Emirates and then later on realized it was the biggest mistake because he had to, then his entire warehouse was somewhere which is far away and the freight cost of moving the goods and, the transport, everything became extremely expensive. So one of the most important thing, Carlton, is understand what is your strategy. Where do you want to get with this business? Is it you're going to be hiring a lot of people? Then you need to take that into consideration because the cost of hiring people in mainland versus in free zones are very different. If your business is not labor intensive and it's more on technology, there are various free zones that are have got good startup programs. So one of the most important thing is do a proper feasibility study or understanding about what your plan is, business plan, make a strategic roadmap, kind of a phased approach that, okay, you are setting up here for a reason. This is going to be my, this is how I'm going to be growing. So how my cost is going to grow also in next couple of years. With that said, also they need to understand, they need to maintain the company. There are a lot of compliances now in UAE. It's unlike earlier, a couple of years back when there were not a lot of compliance. Now there are a lot of compliance, so you have to ensure that you are compliant with the regulation. So it's just not the setup cost for the company or the visa cost. You need to maintain if your threshold is crossed from a turnover perspective, you need to have your VAT filing done, you need to do your corporate tax filing done, you need to maintain your books of accounts. If your threshold crosses 50 million, you need to get your audit done, you need to have your UBO details. So there are a lot of compliances that needs to be looked into. So unlike earlier, it is not just the setup cost, and you can't decide tomorrow, okay, I'm going to shut this business. There is a liquidation process. You need to get clearances from all the authorities. So there's a complete framework that needs to be followed. So don't, and I tell all my customers, a lot of people come, from all over the world now are, wanting to have their presence in UAE. And I get a lot of requests on that front. But I keep telling them is when you are investing into a business, it is your next baby. So be prepared. It's just not the hospital bills that you have to worry about. It's raising that baby till the end. You need to look into all the costs and understand all the parameters. Be it a partnership, be it a sole proprietorship, be it a trading company, any kind of a thing. But you need to be completely aware and have the full visibility of what are you going to be cost in terms of operating this business.